New York City, we in the building. We got Jim Jones up in the spot.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What is
Yeah.
poppin'? We getting money.
What's good, man?
Hey, man, I'm here, man. What's up, so?
Talk to me, man. Let's go. You got the Nan Nan record.
Oh, man, we got the Nan Nan record. We got the Soulja Boy Tell 'Em remix and all that. We got Blow the... I've been going hard. I mean, you know... From where we at, from the city, they've been giving me a warm reception as far as me really coming back out and putting music back out and getting ready to put this album out. Pray for Rain, March 24th. Y'all go pick it up. It's a doozy.
I want to talk about your new situation, or your semi-new situation, moving from an independent to Columbia. We have Columbia in the building. So what's the differences? What's it like? You know, how are you being treated over there? Let us know what's going on with you.
Columbia is a lovely building to be in. You know, they got a lot of money over there. And I've been depleting all the budgets. But nah, it's a beautiful place to be in. You know, where I came from as far as Koch, it was an independent situation. So, you know, you don't really have too much resources, and you got to grind harder than you can imagine, even though that should be your model for life anyway. So my work ethic is phenomenal, and these are one of the reasons why I kept afloat at Koch. And, you know, Koch giving me the opportunity to put me in stores, and the team they had over there is phenomenal as far as a close-knit team, and we did some good numbers. Whereas you go over to Sony Columbia, they probably the grandfathers of this game, and they probably still one of the biggest major labels still around and moving. And you gotta look at their roster, and they never had a real urban success and things like that as far as having somebody such as myself to be in the building. And you know, when I came there, I came there with these premonitions of how things seem to work up there due to my past involvement and the way that people have been talking about Sony and Columbia. But when I got there, they proved me very wrong, and you know, I'm happy to say that you know, this album is going to be a good one. It should be a great one with everything that I bring to the table, and then all the shit that they bring to the table is just it's like a match made in heaven. I couldn't wait to get the same opportunities as all these other major artists have. You know what I mean? Like, I had #1 singles without the opportunities. You dig? So now I got the opportunity, so hopefully
in the money,
one of these #1 songs will register in the Grammys.
You mentioned before, you know, the transition from the indie to the major or whatever have you. And so on the indie, you had a different grind, and it seemed like every 2 seconds using the internet, you're on the internet for something different. I mean, there's jumping on the stage with 50.
Yeah.
There's video of you all over the place, not being able to get in the spots or whatever. You know what I mean? Now, all of these incalculables, does any of these hurt your image?
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really hurt my image, but it gets it gets tiring after a while. Like, you know, when you're young and you do these things, they seem to be fun and not acceptable, but people look at it like he's young and getting money. At this point, it becomes a little bit different for me, especially when you gain a certain type of notoriety. And whereas before I was doing it and I wasn't getting sued, and now everything that I've done, I see a civil suit popping up. You know what I mean?
More money, more problems.
That's not too cost effective. You know what I mean? So, you did. So you know what I mean? We gotta learn how to choose the things we do. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I can let things slide.
So how did that alter your grind now that you got the machine behind you?
What? Nothing alter my grind and make me grind even harder. Now I got more opportunities. I got more resources.
Gotcha.
I'm about to abuse the resources and opportunities. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention that you talk about the civil suits and everything. Let's talk about Neo real quick, or the Neo situation at the Louis store.
Really no situation. Shouts to Neo. I see Neo in the Louis store and said, "What's up?" That was it.
That was it. So people made this a little scuffle or whatever. So
if Neo wants to do a collab right now, would you do that?
Let's get it.
You would do
money.
Like I
get the money.
I have no problems with Neo. I didn't lay a finger on Neo. Right? That's his name.
Not his manager either.
I don't know who his manager is.
Okay. Just
now.
See,
you know, people look at
New York City, everybody nationwide.
Everybody, they know somebody. Now, you know, people looked at this, you know, scuffle, whatever, and looked at it some sort of way. I have one question. And then they're like, you're fighting in the Louis store. You know, that's not real gangster, whatever. Did you say no homo?
About to have him.
Did you say no homo?
Wow, that's crazy. Should I have?
You should have. That's on you. I don't know. The public says you might want to have. You should have.
Oh, then no homo.
VIP
Yep.
Saturdays.
Sirius XM
Sirius
Radio.
XM Radio. Listen, so we on Shade 45.
I see a lot of funny shit, right? Like, like I like genuine funny shit. Richard Pryor shit, Eddie Murphy shit, BET comedy shit. This nigga 50 need to do a comedy movie, because when he did that shit with the wig on and he talking about his name is Curly, I almost peed on myself, man. Whoa, he caught that. He definitely caught that. 50's a monster when it comes to doing that, man.
Well, how do you feel about like just the whole situation in itself, with both of them, Ross and 50?
I mean, shit, it really ain't no situation. 50's bored with money right now, so he has the time to pick apart a person's life and destroy him if he wants to, because he has money to do that.
If you was in Ross' shoes, would you continue, or would you just fall back and just? I
would never ever be in Roy. Those are not my type of shoes I would ever be in. You know what I'm talking about?
Let's get it.
But now, you were successful in baiting cats before. You've baited Jay or whatever, got him on your own instrumental.
I'm good at what I do.
Spins.
I'm good at what I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I said, it's a calculated risk, and it's called premeditated murder, and I always got a strategy. You know what I mean? I just ain't jumping in nothing head first. I know what I'm doing. I know the outcome, and we gonna play with it. You know what I mean? So my baitings was just for me to get over, just for me to come up. Like, you know what I mean? When the person that's at top, well, you gotta try to get a spot, or you should aspire to get a spot. And there was one person up there that came from New York, and I had to figure out a way for people to notice there's other people up and coming. That's tougher, prettier, smarter, younger.
Here we go. Now, on my show, I have a thing called
Shouts to Stacks. Love you, my nigga.
I got it's called Hood Information, right? So this is where you take your hood to the hoods nationwide, right? And it's here so you can just say what's going on in your hood. I'll give you an example. Like we had who we had? Project Pat here, right? And what Project Pat was talking about?
A humbug.
A humbug, right? So he told us like what a humbug was like. Yeah,
you know,
when you
are getting caught up on something in the humble.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
when you
and
get
we
caught
had
up doing
E40 here. He told us what a ripple was. A ripple was the equivalent of our chicken head. So what's something that go on in your hood, or something that you say in your neighborhood that don't necessarily go on worldwide that you want to bring to the nation?
I don't necessarily know the meaning of it. It has a lot of meanings. But you know, we've been sheeshing. Sheesh.
Okay, you got to explain.
Double sheesh. Double sheesh. But nah, you know, it's just so it's like saying shit or something, like that's shit or shit that pissed me off. So it was like if a fly girl walked by you, it was like sheesh.
All right, so
if a
use
fly
it in a
girl
sentence.
with a fat ass walked by you, it was like double sheesh.
After that Complex article, did you ever get a beat from Kanye?
Nah, funny thing was I was about to do something with Kanye, then this whole thing with the Louis Vuitton thing, and then Kanye told me that it would be in his best professional interest to not do anything with me right now, because he just did a Louis Vuitton sneaker, and I guess Louis Vuitton told him that. So, whatever it was, he might have ducked out being scared and things like that. However it went, he reneged. So I guess it's wedgie time for... Let me stop.
He might be on that goofy list now.
Let me stop.
Is there still a Koofy list? And if so, who's
There's
on
always
it?
a Koofy list. The Koofy list is like, it's like top secret. I just don't expose that. But
come on, man.
Can you give us one?
It's about 8-9 people on that Koofy list right now.
Could you give us just one?
Give us one
we need
person
to
on the
know that
Koofy list.
Who's Koofy's coming off?
Oh man!
I swear to God, that was my shit all
It just gotta happen for them nowadays, man. You tell them, then they waiting for it. You know what I mean? They be looking for it. You know what I mean? They start disappearing and things like that. They want to know where the back door is in every club they at and things like that. You know what I mean? But there's a couple people out there that have to have a conversation with me.
No doubt.
And we will do that when I see them. Yo, if you like me, then you let it ride through the 90s era. Here's some classic music on Shade 45. I ain't gonna front. It had to be Nas with the Helly Hansen on in high school and all that. You dig? Ooh, he killed that. Jerome's niece got shot in the dome piece on the way home from Jones Beach. Ooh, what y'all know about that? Yeah, he's a Koofia. He's a Koofis.